Yancey and JP, you enjoy your breakfast this morning?
I did actually. I had a sausage, egg, and cheese on toast.
Hey, I heard JP then.
I turned it up a little bit more.
Hey,
I got the magic slider here, and they can hear you a little bit more or a little bit less. But we want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Obviously, Saturday morning sports talk brought to you by Mitchum's Kitchen here on KTC Broadcasting. We just got finished with our early thoughts on the draft.
I got one more to put in there.
Well, go ahead. I was about to say, I think we have we can afford to delve into it a little bit more because Lord knows nothing else is happening right now.
Nobody talked about. You going to talk about the Packers?
Well, that's where I was going because they gave them a D.
Terry, I want you
They did. They did give them a D. Yeah.
Start with the Packers, and then when you get done with that real quick, we're going to finish the first round.
Okay.
We'll go over each individual of those, and then we'll talk a little bit, hit some highlights in the second, third.
Right.
So
we can do that.
After we left Thursday night, we left after the 21st pick, and then the Packers made fireworks by the time we were getting home, basically moving up in the first round, picking Jordan Love. And Terry, what was you about to say about that?
Well, when they come out with it, I mean, to me, I think you got to have a backup, and they're looking ahead. I think that's what Green Bay's doing. But they never contacted Rodgers until after they had done it, which they don't have to. I mean, he's not like the guy, the gift that everybody's been given to him. I mean, how many Super Bowls he won? One. That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, he's not led them to 3 or 4 or 5. But, he is a great talent. He is probably one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And I give him all that because he's ate Dallas up tremendously year after year after year. But when they did that, the first thing I thought is, okay, y'all looking at it. But now Aaron Rodgers sits back and says, look, I'm going to pay until I'm 40 or 40-something because he's thinking Tom Brady-wise again. And if that's the case, then Jordan Love's going to have to learn for a long time. And, I can see Jordan Love maybe setting back 2 or 3 years. But after 2 or 3 years, he's going to want to go somewhere where he can be a starter.
Well, I did not mind the Packers taking a quarterback. I brought it up a few weeks ago, and I always tried to throw the tidbit in. I had that tweet that said I had either the Packers, the Colts, or the Steelers are going to take a quarterback, and I thought it was going to be Jacob Eason. And the reason why I thought that's because I thought it was going to be like the 3rd or 4th round. Hey, we are going to groom him, and maybe he'll come in and eventually take over for Aaron Rodgers. I didn't think you were going to trade up in the first round to get him.
Yeah.
I mean, you act like he's on his last leg. Now, I'll admit it. Aaron Rodgers does not look like the Aaron Rodgers of old. I think he, compared to Tom Brady, is going to see father time a whole lot quicker. I think Aaron Rodgers, just because his game is a whole lot more athletic than Tom Brady's. Tom Brady gets out of the pocket a lot. He throws on the move a lot, off one foot, all those not weird arm angles he throws at. So I feel like Father Time's going to catch him quicker. And they did say it was like the 15th anniversary, but when they drafted Rodgers to replace Brett Favre. But I'm sitting there like, you traded up for a quarterback, and it's the biggest question mark quarterback in the draft.
Yeah. And you got a D.
What's aggravating about it from a player's perspective is that it's not a move to win.
Yeah, it's not the starting caliber player that they could have had right there.
What's the point of even having Rodgers on the roster? He's not a player. He's not like it's Ryan Fitzpatrick, and or Flacco or I mean this is and Flacco's a champion and so is Rodgers. Just they got one, but the thing about it is, it's not. You can still win with him on the field, and so what's weird to me is why draft a first round. We've been talking about it for weeks, and I told Will yesterday. He came by. I said, Will, you have to get a starter in the first 3 rounds. You did just not help your team win this year at all. You did not get. You could have got a stud at one of these other positions, and instead you got a backup. You drafted a starter for 3 years from now. That doesn't help Aaron Rodgers now. That's why Roethlisberger was pissed off about Rudolph. It don't help the team at all. If you want to draft a quarterback and work a successor 4th, 5th, 6th round, totally understand. While I'm here, but until I'm gone, we act like you have to draft a quarterback right now. Like there's a draft next year, and then next year we'll all sit here and say, "Oh, these all 4 quarterbacks will go in the top 10," and we'll do the same thing. It's like we totally forget every year. There's 3 or 4 quarterbacks we drafted in the first round. There's only 3 or 4 teams.
It's the same reason why that's the exact reason why
Happens every
Jameis and
year.
Cam don't have jobs. The quarterback turnaround is just so fast now.
And the argument was, like you brought up, I was going to say, is why did they trade up when a lot of people said they could have got him in the second round? Like they didn't have to trade up to get him.
Right.
They could have moved up in the second round.
Right.
You didn't have to trade up in the first round.
Or they could have sat in their spot. Or did they think another team was going to jump up there in front of them right there? I mean,
there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that not everybody knows, but
right.
that was the criticism that they perhaps traded up when they did not need to.
I think so.
Yeah, and another point I would make is, well, the San Francisco 49ers basically blew them out twice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that maybe the calculus is that San Francisco is so far ahead of us right now that we need to go ahead and start thinking about the future because we can't beat them
Hell
right now?
no. I don't know what's going through their mind right now.
But in Aaron, if you're Aaron Rodgers, why would you not ask for a trade? Because you're not helping me win with you guys. And what you just said.
Oh, and their second round pick was a running back. They don't need a running back.
And then their 2 best players last year were quarterback and running back. And then the first 2 rounds they went quarterback and running back. So they don't want to pay the running back coming up shortly, and they think Rodgers is done. So they're making the play right now for 3 years from now.
I think I read somewhere it was like,
and if I'm Aaron Rodgers, why would you not say, trade me to New England?
Right. I think it was like over 50% of the wide
receivers
receivers
to LA.
last year that caught passes from Aaron Rodgers were undrafted. They were undrafted. So it wasn't even like, I'm not saying undrafted players can't be good, but it wasn't first or second round caliber talent.
Yeah, they got the one stud wide receiver.
Yeah, that's it. They have Devontae Adams, and even Adams was injured last year for a majority of the year. So after that, they had to just kind of look at undrafted players or players they got in the later round. To me, I think that front office has gone dumb. You got gashed for 500 yards in 2 games by running backs. Why not get a defensive tackle or a linebacker?
If I was the Panthers, I would have tried to trade for Aaron Rodgers yesterday as soon as they announced Jordan
Love.
No.
No. But what he said made the most sense.
Hey,
that why not trade him to the Chargers, who are pretty much, they've got talent. A lot of people say they could make a run at it. Aaron Rodgers from California.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a good fit, would it not?
Not now that they drafted Herbert. Though,
yeah, but they don't want. I'm surprised that the fans.
Well, that's the same spot he is now.
I'm surprised the fans haven't done it already. But if you trade Aaron Rodgers, that's a riot you're bringing up. Green Bay's right there. The stadium is right there in between a lot of houses in Green Bay.
England.
They'll just go to the front door and be like, what is this?
All right, let's do the rest of the first round.
I thought we were going for Super Bowls.
Let's do the rest of the first round, and then we're going to do some quarterback guesswork. It still hasn't been settled in New England. Still hasn't been settled. Is it settled in Jacksonville? Is there any spots for Cam and Jameis right now? I mean, what are they going to do?
Somebody's going to sign.
Somebody's going to sign. We ended the show of the 21st pick with Rager, wide receiver to the